Welcome to OIS GOLD, the first ever AI solution in the world that replicates the precise human jewelry retouching. And in this video, I want to dive deeper into the algorithm with you and actually show you why OIS GOLD is the best one in the world and the only one that does the job the way it has to be done, preserving all the details and removing all the blemishes. And by the way, I hope you really enjoyed this lighting setup that we've come up with, so our videos look really nice now. But let's go straight to the point, and I've prepared a photo of a pair of earrings for you that will showcase all the nuances and all the benefits of how you can simplify and improve your retouching work. And especially what's very important, you will see how you can save a ton of time of retouching just one photo. So instead of 60 minutes, you might end up spending no more than 8 minutes on one photo. So let's take a look at the photo and I'll show you how it's done. So here is the photo and it looks pretty nice, actually really nice. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it kind of looks rough and a little dirty, especially the left part. And let's take a closer look into it. Oh, and by the way, let's look at the resolution. The resolution is 4 by 4,000 pixels. So this photo is 4 by 4,000 pixels, and it was a raw file just converted into JPG. That's it. It was not touched by a human hand at all. So this is a raw photo without any pre-retouch. So let's take a look. Let's start from the top. So here we have that handle. And it looks pretty rough and dirty, and it has even some things like hanging down. It doesn't look like really appealing, so basically you'd have to redraw everything. Then we have that arm of the lock arm, and it has some texture in it. It also has some reflections on the inside walls of the arm. And we have that shadow, the big black shadow that kind of reveals all the blemishes, scratches, dents, dust, everything, imperfections here. And it has to be redone. Basically, I believe repainted. What else do we have? We have these small balls welded to the main part of the ring. And they look also kind of rough. I don't like the reflections between the balls. They're not that smooth. Like, they don't look curated. And we have some texture here. And the whole piece so far has just like a lot of inconsistency in the colors. And oh my god, look at this. These links, they look like, it's like, just imagine I'm showing you, I don't know, links of a crane or something like from construction that's been heavily used for many, like, for humongous amount of time. And now it looks like that is just a golden color. It does not look appealing at all. And it looks like very old. So these two links basically should be redrawn, basically recreated. What else do we have here? Also the same balls all around the whole piece. And the most important part that I wanted to show you is that small little details, the stars that actually make the design of the piece. And these stars look kind of not that good. So these ones are out of focus. This earring is out of focus. And here we have only that earring in focus. So when we zoom in, we can see that the stars have polished surface only on the top, but the inside parts are, they do have some texture into them, like just like a random rough, sandy texture, I would say. And refining this and retouching all of these stars would be a nightmare. It's just like it's not a copy paste work. Like, every star has to be retouched, and it's a pain in the ass. So let's see how algorithm OIS GOLD handled this piece, and let's start from the top. So we see this is before. This is the before photo, and 3, 2, 1, boom. Wow, it actually looks very nice. I forgot how it looked like. So look, before, right? Inconsistency of the colors, really bad reflections, a lot of dust. Like this metal bar was like, I don't know, laying somewhere on the ground, I don't know, on the asphalt. And boom, look how polished it looks like right now. Obviously, we have minor things to fix, like this one. Oh, wait, wrong photo. This one, done. That one, small reflections, done. We can remove that one as well. Amazing. It works really, really, really nice. Same for this part, for that part, 3 seconds. And the bar is already done. It's just like, look, it'll look like this. And then in a 30-second time, it looks like this now. Wow. Preserving all the geometry, pixel by pixel, perfectly shaped without any problems in the bottom. Like, look, it looked like this before, now it looks like this with all the tiny reflections, whatever. It looks really nice. Very, very nice. Then we have that texture into the inside part of the lock arm. And look how it looked like before. It didn't look really appealing. It was kind of rough. But now it looks very refined. I want you to pay attention to this part. Look, the reflections. You see, these reflection and that reflections, they kind of the same. And look at this. This reflection mimics the original texture of the inside wall of the arm, which means it's the real, natural piece. You know, like it's not AI and it's not redrawn. It's not just shot as like in real life. What we have with the shadow, let's look at this. It's a very difficult part, and I would suggest doing something to it before processing the photo. But for that part, there will be videos where I'll be showing you how to actually prepare photos for OIS Gold, so you could get the maximum, the nearly perfect results. So you would spend roughly a couple of minutes or seconds finalizing the photo, and that's it, so that the work would be done. 3, 2, 1, boom. Look at this. Look at how the shadows get more defined. Look at this and how beautiful it looks like. I mean, yes, we still need to fix these parts, obviously, because to me, this looks like a texture, and algorithm is not painting it like it was like a black reflection. It tries to leave some texture into it. So if we refine this part before, like spend maybe less than a minute at it, the outcome will be amazing. But in the future videos, you will be able to see the results. For now, I'm showing you the real raw file and the real file that comes from the algorithm without any human involvement, which is very important, and we're just being transparent with you. So what else do we have here? The balls and some texture and these reflections that I didn't really like. And obviously the inconsistency of the colors. And what do we have now? Look at this. The colors are amazing. And the reflections, look at these. All these reflections, they look so nice. And you see we got some texture into it. And they look more refined, defined, and the color is like richer. Look at this, and now at this. So let's assume that people won't be zooming more than this, and just imagine that part and this part. Pure gorgeousness. Now let's go to the most disgusting part of this photo, is actually these links. And I don't think that algorithm would really be able to process them perfectly, but let's see what happened. Wow. Just look at this. Isn't it so much easier to work on these links now because you have so many references to use? And I can even like do something like that real fast. That reflection, this reflection. Huh, doesn't look that bad. But just think about it. Let me remove my edits. Yeah, that was before, and this is after. Before and after. No freaking way. And imagine I can just like, we have some not nice reflections here. So I can like very easily remove all the other blemishes, and it just would take maybe 3 to 4 minutes for me retouching this piece instead of like repainting everything without any references. But if you were to remove, for example, this part, these parts, like really roughly, like adding some more colors, the end result would be way better. It would look like this part, for example. So what else do we have? Let's go straight to the most difficult part, the stars. And now 3 to 1, boom! Look at this gorgeousness. It's just pure beauty. Look at this. There's nothing to do to this part at all. Look at it, just in a twinkling of an eye. You just got a perfect piece. Look at this. Look how it looked before. Wow. Even these rough parts, look at them. Pay attention to them. They have become perfectly shaped. Isn't it amazing? And obviously in focus. Obviously in focus. Why would you need this important part be out of focus, right? So just for now, like, think about how much time you'd have saved using OIS Gold versus just manual retouching the whole piece. Write in the comments below to this video just how much time do you think this result has already saved for you. So let's take a closer look. Like, let's find some more details. What was refined? Like, this part is just like too much. And look at this, especially these ones. Like, you see all that minor blemishes, dents, dust, wherever this is, it's gone. It's just gone forever. Isn't it amazing? It's just so good. And you see the stars on the left and on the right, they're all identical. Although they might seem different from here and there, but when before, now they look identical. And we have the stone left. So it's a little out of focus, has a lot of dust and dents into it, the stain. And now we have it perfectly refined in less than a 30-second time. It got refined. There's nothing to do to it, like on your side, maybe just like remove these small parts and that's it. And this one, that's it. The perfect stone. Let's look at this one. Look at this before. And remember that part on the left. 3 to 1, boom. Wow, before, after, before, after. Before, even this part, look, it was a little bit out of focus, blurred. After, perfectly shaped, like really nice edge, crystal clear, amazing, just amazing. And look at the whole result, kind of zoomed out. That was before, after, before, after, before, and after, before again, after. Let's zoom in a little bit and look how gorgeous these earrings look like now. Before and after, before and after. Obviously, you could have removed this shadow, minimize it so it would be really nice and smooth here. And actually, let's pay attention to the reflections here. Look, they kind of look weird. And it's just like, this is a very difficult piece because it has all the same reflections repetitively in each of the element of the piece. But you can't just copy paste and apply the same effect to all the elements because they have different angles. So you can't copy paste. But here, done. It's just purely done. It's amazing. Just purely amazing. So I hope you understood how algorithm works and you've seen the showcase of all the details and nuances that were taken into the account by the algorithm, and algorithm has created a nearly perfect photo that's very easy to work with right now. And think about how much time you'll be saving if you will be using this algorithm for 500 photos, for example. If you have 500 photos, right, and you need to retouch them like in a course of 2 weeks or maybe 1 week, you'll be able to do it in a course of 2 to 3 days because you will spend no more than, I believe, 15 minutes on the worst image. Just think about it. Just 15 minutes maximum on each image and probably like 7 minutes on average. Isn't it crazy? It's pure magic. And here we are. And this is the only one solution in the world because we have developed our own algorithm. We're not using somebody else. And all the other ones, they're just copying and pasting, trying to play here and there, but it's impossible because we already know how the work has to be done and what needs to be done in order to provide this kind of results. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Write in the comments below what you think about the algorithm already, how much time would have saved using it. And obviously, if you have a big amount of photos over and over again, you have like huge traffic of files to retouch, feel free to reach out to us by writing us on the email or writing a comment to this video. We will get back to you as soon as possible, probably the same day or the next day, and we will offer you something that nobody will ever be able to offer you right now in the world. And you will be really happy to see the results. And obviously, you will save a ton of time. And obviously, you will start to sell or deliver your items faster. That means you will start to earn a lot more money per minute, per hour, per day, per year. And by the way, we're launching the platform very soon, somewhere in the midst of October. So feel free to join our whitelist by following the link in the description, and you will be the first one to try our service completely for free without limitations for a couple of days. So prepare your photos, get ready, join the whitelist, and we will notify you a couple of days prior to the initial launch. So I hope you enjoyed it. Welcome to OIS Gold, and see you in the next videos.